So many storylines heading into Millville, but there can only be one lead story, and it's Chance Hymas. In his 11th Pro Motocross National ever, Chance gave up victory late in Moto 1, but rebounded like a boss in Moto 2, and with a 4-1 finish, he takes the overall win at Redbud. If you would have asked me back in May if I thought Chance Hymas would be second in points, would win multiple motos and the Redbud National, I'd say you were crazy. Fifth in points? Okay. A couple podium motos? Sure. But this? Not that he didn't have the potential, not that he didn't have the speed, but the red warning lights were not flashing. He went from prospect to star like that, and the only people who had any clue this was coming were in his inner circle. I personally am blown away. On Sunday, I saw a quote on Twitter from Chance where he said something to the tune of, "I finally got it done." You know, it doesn't feel that way to me. Ultra-competitive racers always have super high and somewhat unrealistic expectations of themselves and their outcomes, but to me, Chance's Redbud win was a surprise. The truth is, he's actually early when it comes to winning. Of course, we've had Jet Lawrence and Hayden Deegan show up in recent years, super young, winning everything as teens, so it feels like that's the new standard. But to win your first national at 19 years old on your 11th attempt is extremely impressive, and his path to get here was different, even unique, I'd say. Looking back on the amateur resume, it's pretty traditional. He has one Loretta win, but he might be one of the most consistent ranch racers of all time, never missing the top 10 once in 15 attempts. Years of battles with Ryder DeFrancisco and Nick Romano led Chance to the 250A class in 2021. I was there as a fan. I remember watching this 16-year-old kid battle Yamaha's breakout star Levi Kitchen every moto, coming up short in the process, but dang, it was obvious that Chance was special. Obvious to Honda too, who snatched him up from Team Green, and in 2022, he debuted for Factory Honda in Supercross Futures, winning 3 of them, including the championship finale in Salt Lake City. Things were rolling. Then comes a dismal showing at the Redbud Combine and Loretta Lynn's, and I remember hearing concern that, maybe Chance didn't have it. Maybe he's a miss. It's called a valley. Every kid has them, and a pro national to close the season was just what he needed to turn it around and end the year with a little juice. They snuck the final round at Paula into his schedule, had a standard bad rookie first moto, then finished 11th in Moto 2, a nice quick rebound after a confusing and disappointing summer. This is where they were really smart with the career planning. Chance raced 4 Supercrosses in 2023, just 4 by design, with a distinct goal: learn. Just learn. 15 minutes plus 1, take it all in and learn. Take the expectations out, set the bar at just race, then get out of there with the data and prepare for the summer. Motocross, where you've raced your whole life and are way more prepared for a full championship. It's the perfect transition to the pros. Absolutely perfect. And it worked out pretty well too. Chance finished top 10 all 4 nights, including a 6th at Daytona, then was off to prepare for the Pro Motocross Nationals. Now comes some hurdles, and the hype around Chance Hymas' potential starts to fizzle a bit. Paula and Hangtown were pretty blah. Thunder Valley and High Point were better, with 5th and 6th place overalls, but then an injury rips him from the summer, and his rookie year and the plan are destroyed. Development cut short, missed gate drops, missed laps, not an ideal rookie year. And with an injury, things can go a number of different ways. Some bounce right back, pop up at the front like it never happened. Austin Forkner being the greatest example of this. For some, like me, it can take years to recover from an injury. I guess I was a sissy. But for most, it's a pretty standard timeline where a racer is kind of average on their first championship back after surgery. So when we peel back the onion on Chance's 2024 Supercross season, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It was standard. There were bursts of speed, some moments here and there, but the flashing red lights, the warning lights, were not on, and there were no signs that a breakout summer was coming, especially after another ACL tear. Are you serious? Oh well, the gate is dropping at Paula. What are you going to do, Chance? You're in another valley. Things are looking a little meh, and the talk in the pits is there's a title fight coming between Hayden Deegan, Tom Vial, and Levi Kitchen, a group of riders outside of your range. Remember, at this point, he's only raced 5 outdoors total. Got hurt in last year's Motocross Championship and missed half of it. He's coming off a mediocre Supercross season, no momentum, no real foundation, and he's injured. And he goes 4-4-2-3-4 at the first 5 rounds of the championship, grabs second in points, then heads to Redbud draped in the red, white, and blue. There's no better place to grab your first than Redbud. The moto win at Lakewood was impressive. The laps led this season are impressive too. But holding on, that final lap with Joe Shimoda coming on like a freight train, that was impressive. A clutch last lap close. Chance Hymas won the Redbud National at the age of 19 in his 11th Pro Motocross attempt, and it's official. He's the real deal. Without Jet Lawrence on the gate at Redbud, the 450 focus was on Chase Sexton, Hunter Lawrence, and the one-on-one duel for the championship. And for 30 minutes, that's what it was. A yo-yo effect, nothing happening, but tension building, and boom, big crash, Hunter Lawrence hits the deck. Like when Jet crashed at Hangtown, I was caught off guard. I mean, these dudes don't go down often, and to think he was 2 laps away from putting a serious dent into his championship rival. 2 laps away, kaboom. If Hunter closes it down that moto, what happens with Chase? And what are we talking about right now? Maybe Hunter holds him off and wins a close finish, or Chase crashes late in that moto and its roles reversed. Maybe Chase gets pissed in between motos, comes out raging bull and weeds, and Hunter walks out of Redbud with a double-digit lead. Instead, Hunter's in the dirt, loses 10 points on the day, and this whole thing feels dramatically different. Like that. In a one-on-one, you got to take every point and give up nothing. Every punch matters, and the self-inflicted crash, the tire choice Moto 2, and the 4th, his worst moto of the season, and yes, this feels different. To me, it all depends on what happens at Millville and Washougal. The next 4 motos will most likely tell the story, as a big bounce back from Hunter sends a message to Chase that this ain't yours. I had an off day. Best not rest easy, pal. However, a 4-moto sweep by Chase on good tracks for him, and this thing will be over. The truth, Chase Sexton is supposed to do what he did at Redbud, should win the next 4 motos, and should win the championship. He's in his prime, he's healthy, the rider-bike connection has come around, your old buddies Eli and Kenny are out, and Donuts is in a cast. Chase is the standalone favorite to win from here, as his toughest comp are a couple rookies. Yes, I know Hunter hasn't looked like one, but he hasn't won yet. He's 23 rounds into his first year of 450s, and the gas tank might be a little iffy by now. All the pressure is on Chase, all of it. And on day 1 of this championship duel, he played the part. Calm, cool, collected, and dominant. Yes, Hunter's crash helped, but sometimes it's not what you do that matters, it's what you don't do, and Chase did not throw it away. Now he's in the driver's seat, and if he takes the next 4 motos, it's over. He'll be the 2024 Pro Motocross Champion and the clear standalone favorite for the SMX title. Shout out to Aaron Plessinger, the mayor of Buchanan, Michigan, who showed up on 4th of July weekend and served up a nice podium finish for his loyal Redbud fans. You know, AP finally won a Supercross this year. I believe we as fans willed that into being. But I'm looking at the outdoor resume and no 450 win. Well, here we go. 5 to go. No Jet, Eli, Kenny, or Coop. I'm thinking we need to will AP to a summer victory. Am I right? This is the year to do it. Let's go, cowboy, and let's go, fans. If you're on the fences this summer, let my man hear it. Aaron Plessinger for a win in 2024. All right, so I'm looking at the 250-point standings, and sometimes I like to just look at the standings and see if something pops off the screen, something fun to talk about, and I noticed something kind of cool this week. If you take the top 6 in 250 points, you got Deegan, Hymas, Vial, Shimoda, Kitchen, Masterpole. Those 6 riders are the only 6 riders to be on the podium this summer. That's right, through 6 rounds, 2 motos, that's 12 motos times 3 podium spots, that's 36 potential podiums, and it's only been those 6. You would typically think that the 250 class would have guys from all over the place just popping in and grabbing a third here and there. It's pretty much tightened up to those 6, and here's the kicker. At Redbud, these 6 guys all got on the podium. Only once. Moto 1, Masterpole, Deegan, Vial. Moto 2, Hymas, Shimoda, Kitchen. So I think it's pretty safe to say that those are the 6 best in the class. And if you're wondering where this is going, if I have a point or there's something, bigger to this, no, I think it's cool. I think that's a cool stat, and I love the 250 class. I've loved every single moto of it. Even though Deegan's gone in points, it still feels so tight to me every moto, and it's because of these 6 bad dudes right here. Keep on keeping on, keep fighting, and making this fun, boys, and we will see you next week. Later. Thank you so much for watching this show. If you liked it, press the like button. And if you want to subscribe, then press the subscribe button. Share it with your friends, with your family, and grandma. Make sure you send it to grandma. Grandmas love everything Main Event Moto does. All you Motoheads out there, we are still rocking and rolling at Main Event Moto. You can go to patreon.com/Main Event Moto. We do 2 shows a week now, and both of them are live streamed. Patreon.com/Main Event Moto, and we will catch you on the next show.